At the wedding hall hosting the ceremony, gunshots suddenly echo through the sky. The wedding instantly turns into a pool of blood. The young man named Fu Yunchang advances toward the bride named Xiaoyu. He won't allow anyone to stop him from being with Xiaoyu. She is his sister and also the woman of his. Regardless of the tongues of the world, he wants to be with Xiaoyu for life, after life, forever, never to separate. Xiaoyu blames Yunchang for pushing her to another person. Seeing him determined to take her away, Xiaoyu points the gun at Yunchang and pulls the trigger. The story begins 2 months earlier. Fu Yunchang is the young master of the Qi Yan gang's Fu family. He orders his subordinates to interrogate members of the Beiguan gang to find an important item. Seeing him stubborn-mouthed, Yunchang coldly sends him to heaven. With the remaining one, Yunchang gives him a chance to confess until he finishes wiping his shoes. Even though he has confessed everything, but Yunchang still orders his subordinates to finish off the remaining one. Yes, Yunchang is that cold and ruthless. But upon hearing his sister is in trouble, he panics immensely. Xiaoyu is sitting in the snowy night. She blames him for another woman. So he no longer eats roasted chestnuts with her. On every first snow of the season, Xiaoyu insists she has grown up. Yunchang scolds. Xiaoyu doesn't know her place, doesn't bother calling him big brother. Xiaoyu then dances a dance to congratulate him on his new sister-in-law. In the white snow, Xiaoyu recalls old memories. Yunchang from childhood taught her to write brother. But to her, he is the most important man. Yunchang suddenly pulls Xiaoyu down. She reminds him he once promised her mother that he would stay by her side for life, but before finding the murderer who harmed her mother, he no longer needs Xiaoyu. Yunchang calls subordinate Wei Zhan to escort the young lady back to her room. Xiaoyu secretly knocks out Wei Zhan. This is Yunchang's fiancé named Shen Jiwei. Seeing Yunchang, she blames him for being late at the shop door. Xiaoyu quietly approaches. Watching him happy with someone else, she wishes she wasn't Fu Yunyue. Yunchang looks outside, but Xiaoyu has quietly left. Wei Zhan reports the young lady has run away from home because Yunchang has long hidden Xiaoyu's identity. So enemies or his fiancé all don't know of her existence. Yunchang holds a birthday party for his fiancé. He even prepares a diamond ring placed on the cake. Everyone believes Yunchang's marriage will create a solid alliance between the gang, Qi Yan and the Shen family. Seeing Jiwei wanting to wear the ring, Yunchang immediately says the ring is too small and throws it away. Xiaoyu picks up the ring. She holds hands with another man and walks in front of Yunchang. He recalls 4 years ago, Xiaoyu once asked him to see fireflies. She counts down to the moment she turns 18. Xiaoyu has waited for this moment for a long time. She confesses she likes him, seeing him flustered. Xiaoyu takes the initiative to kiss Yunchang. She vows to wait for his answer. Yet now she is hand in hand with someone else. He is Shen Jiwei's younger brother, named Shen Shiza. Xiaoyu approaches him under the name Moli. Xiaoyu is changing clothes when Yunchang sneaks in. She gently puts on clothes and approaches him. Yunchang scolds Xiaoyu for being childish, sulking to Shen Shiza's side. Xiaoyu lets him know she has always been waiting for Yunchang's answer. He affirms Xiaoyu will forever be his little sister. Xiaoyu decides to change her identity to marry another man. Just like how he marries Shen, Jiwei blames herself for spoiling Xiaoyu. Yunchang calls Wei Zhan to take her back. The gang is on strict guard. Xiaoyu hurriedly runs away, just in time to meet Shen Shiza. She brags that the Fu family peeked at her changing clothes. Shiza warns Yunchang not to touch his woman. Shiza recalls he accidentally bumped into Moli on the street. From the first glance, he couldn't take his eyes off her. Using the excuse that Moli saved his life, Shiza won't allow anyone to bully her. Shen Jiwei comes to Yunchang's side, hearing her question about Moli. Yunchang says he doesn't know her. Shiza apologizes to Moli for bringing her to this party. Moli doesn't blame Shiza because she considers him a friend. Just then, Shen Leoi named Shen Wendu arrives. Xiaoyu stares blankly at him. Turns out she had witnessed with her own eyes Shen Leoi killing her mother. Shen Leoi thanks Yunchang for gifting him a fine bottle of wine. On the occasion of his daughter's birthday, Shen Leoi has prepared a brilliant fireworks display. Xiaoyu holds a knife and quietly approaches the enemy. Yunchang hurriedly pulls her back. Seeing him not letting go, Xiaoyu hugs Yunchang tightly to bite. From afar, Jiwei sees Yunchang hugging another girl. She secretly orders her subordinates to deal with them, sensing danger. Yunchang hurriedly pushes Xiaoyu away. Shiza rushes over and carries Moli away to treat the wound. While Shiza goes to find the doctor, Yunchang sneaks in to visit his sister. Xiaoyu blames Yunchang for always hiding things from her. In anger, she pulls him to her mother's grave. Xiaoyu asks Yunchang if he still remembers. He once promised to avenge mother together. He has found the enemy, but hides it from her because of his own difficulties, or has fallen for Shen Jiwei. Hearing Yunchang say he has a separate plan, Xiaoyu feels like a fool. She affirms she will use her own way to personally skin and debone Shen Wendu. Seeing Xiaoyu stubborn, Yunchang has no choice but to carry her home. He spanks Xiaoyu's butt. The first one for her sudden disappearance. The second for the crime of disrespecting her brother. The third because Xiaoyu doesn't know her own strength. To prevent Xiaoyu from escaping, Yunchang locks her hand to his hand. He even boldly throws away the key. He wants to see how Xiaoyu escapes from his palm. Taking the opportunity, Xiaoyu pulls him close to her. Wei Zhan comes to find the Fu Young master, really untimely. Wei Zhan reports the plan is nearly complete. The Fu Young master can close the net. Yunchang sees it's not certain enough yet, so he orders Wei Zhan to continue sending gifts to the Shen family, unable to open the lock. Xiaoyu calls Yunchang to take her to sleep. Seeing her undress, Yunchang hurriedly turns away. Xiaoyu deliberately seduces Yunchang. She guesses he forbids her from getting close to other men, and locks her up to gradually possess her. Yunchang drapes clothes over Xiaoyu. He immediately presses close to her, continuously counterattacks to make Xiaoyu stop provoking him. He on the bed. The rope is the bond between them. Xiaoyu recalls in childhood she often had nightmares and cried. Yunchang would stay up all night to coax her to sleep. After that, Qi Yan gang gained more standing in the city. Yunchang became busier, only now having the chance to sleep with him. Xiaoyu hopes Yunchang will coax her to sleep again. Seeing her suddenly quiet, Yunchang hurriedly wakes Xiaoyu. Thinking the lock injured Xiaoyu, Yunchang hurriedly removes it. Unexpectedly, Xiaoyu quickly locks Yunchang and runs away. On the street, Shiza meets Molly being chased out of the shop. The boss blames her for coming to work and bringing gangsters to cause trouble for the store. Thinking he implicated Molly, Shiza takes her back to the Shin family. Molly fears causing trouble for Shiza. He says he willingly lets her implicate him. Molly suggests going to greet Shin Leoi. Shiza stops her because his father is receiving important guests. That night, Xiaoyu sneaks to assassinate the enemy. Just as he is discussing a shipment of weapons with two guests, Xiaoyu sees the other guest holding her mother's jade pendant. Unexpectedly making a noise, she hurriedly takes off clothes to become Molly. Hearing the butler boast that Shiza brought a girl home, Shin Leoi leads people to visit. Seeing Molly bathing, he dismisses the subordinates and tiptoes in. Xiaoyu hurriedly dresses. Knowing Shin Leoi intends foul play, Xiaoyu reaches for the gun. Just then, the subordinate reports seeing an intruder. Waiting for him to go out, Yunchang comes to question Xiaoyu. He blames her for daring to deliver fat to the cat's mouth. But with Xiaoyu's small scheme, how can she take down Shin Wendu? Xiaoyu questions. It was Yunchang who held the jade pendant, colluding with the enemy to smuggle weapons. When handing over the jade pendant, mother once instructed him not to smuggle. Yunchang didn't keep his promise. From now on, she and he will sever ties completely. Lying on the bed, Xiaoyu recalls when she was once kidnapped by human traffickers. Yunchang risked danger to rescue her. He used his body to protect Xiaoyu. Outside the window, Yunchang finds the jade pendant again. He recalls mother entrusting the jade pendant to Yunchang. She hoped Yunchang would always protect Xiaoyu. Meanwhile, Shin Wendu orders the butler to investigate Molly. He compares her to a juicy tempting orange. But before eating, must ensure no poison. The next day, Yunchang accidentally meets Xiaoyu, but she walks past him without a word. Catching Yunchang's gaze on Molly, Shin Jiwei decides to settle scores with this girl. Wei Zhan reports having handled Xiaoyu's identity. Yunchang orders Wei Zhan to secretly protect Xiaoyu. Meeting Molly, Shin Jiwei suggests taking her for a walk in the Shin family. Jiwei questions Molly for seducing Shiza upon meeting. And trying hard to seduce Yunchang. She mocks Molly for wanting to climb high to become a phoenix. Orders the maid to catch Molly. Jiwei affirms, all women approaching Yunchang must die. Molly struggles fiercely. Knowing she can't oppose Jiwei in the Shin family, Xiaoyu lets them push her into the water. Waiting for them to leave, Xiaoyu plans to swim up, but seaweed holds her foot. On the boundary between life and death, Yunchang swims to rescue his little sister. He hurriedly takes Xiaoyu back to the room, just as Shiza comes to find Molly. While Shiza questions his sister, Xiaoyu sees water flowing from the cabinet. Yunchang in the cramped space is haunted by the past of being imprisoned. Molly blames herself for making the Shin young lady hate her. She runs outside, luring Shiza's siblings to chase her to cover for Yunchang. Shiza vows not to let Molly leave the Shin family. He warns his sister not to bully Molly. Xiaoyu thanks Shiza for treating her well. Seeing her smiling and talking with another man, Yunchang can only swallow his jealousy. When Xiaoyu goes shopping on the street, she discovers someone following. She quickly strikes first, but is knocked out by the Shin family butler. Xiaoyu wakes up to find herself tied to the bed. Turns out Shin Wendu has captured her as a gift for his partner. Xiaoyu struggles fiercely and kicks him away. Yunchang appears just in time, draws his gun and shoots straight at the lecher. Hugs Xiaoyu into his arms. Yunchang vows not to let anyone who bullies his sister survive. He pulls Xiaoyu along while fighting the enemies. Seeing Yunchang injured, Xiaoyu draws her gun to fight alongside him. The siblings finish off the green-hatted adulterer. But Yunchang is also seriously injured. Taking Yunchang home, Xiaoyu fearfully helps him stop the bleeding. Yunchang apologizes for not protecting Xiaoyu well. She begs him to survive, or she won't be able to live either. Yunchang promises to wake up, because he doesn't want to see Xiaoyu in tears. While waiting for the doctor to examine Yunchang, Xiaoyu questions Wei Zhan about the Fu family's plan. Wei Zhan tells, Yunchang recognized the enemy who killed mother 3 years ago. He originally planned to approach Shin Jiwei to find an opportunity to assassinate Shin Leoi. Unexpectedly, behind him is a larger vortex, involving smuggling and treason. The Fu family had to act with Shin Wendu, but didn't want Xiaoyu involved in the storm of danger. The doctor says the bullet lodged in the Fu young master's body is quite deep, though the bullet has been removed, but survival depends on Yunchang's will. Caring for Yunchang, Xiaoyu sees the jade pendant he welded. Carefully attached, she promises as long as he wakes up, she won't be willful and will obediently be his sister. Meanwhile, the butler reports Yunchang for saving Molly. Attacked Wang Hai's men. He thinks, keeping Yunchang will be a great disaster for Shin Leoi. Early morning, Yunchang wakes up seeing Xiaoyu by his side. Xiaoyu joyfully hugs Yunchang. She undresses him to wipe the wound. Seeing Yunchang's back full of scars, Xiaoyu aches for him immensely. She recalls the longest scar is from the kidnapper for her. He endured inhuman torture to save her. This scar was on her birthday. She stood forever in front of the cake shop, making passing children mock. He, because of a little anger toward her, got beaten. The other scars, even the new wounds, are all because of her. Xiaoyu gently blows on Yunchang's wound. She blames herself for being his burden. Yunchang affirms, Xiaoyu is forever his only family. Yet in Yunchang's heart, Xiaoyu has long become the person he loves more than life. Wei Zhan reports the Shin family has come to surround Qi Yan gang. Meeting the Fu young master, the Shin butler questions Yunchang for attacking Wang Hai, cutting off the Shin family's business. Wei Zhan draws his gun pointed at the butler's head. Both sides evenly matched. Shin Leoi demands an explanation from Yunchang. Yunchang shows him the list of amounts that Wang Hai embezzled from the Shin family's profits. As for Molly, he helped the Shin young master rescue his beloved from being taken to another man's bed. Knowing he can't argue reason with Yunchang, Shin Wendu has no choice but to withdraw his troops grudgingly. Shin Wendu just returns home and is questioned by his son. Shiza is angry at his father for selling his son's happiness for profit. Father always speaks well for me, but actually only to satisfy himself. At the Fu residence, Yunchang reveals the Shin family has a secret ledger, recording all smuggling deals hidden throughout Long City. Over the years, approaching Jiwei, he has searched everywhere in the Shin family, but found nothing. Xiaoyu wants to join hands with him to find evidence to overthrow Shin Wendu. Yunchang disagrees with Xiaoyu risking danger, unless she ruthlessly acts against him. Wei Zhan reports to the Fu young master everything is arranged properly. Just then Xiaoyu brings wine to apologize to her brother. Seeing Yunchang hesitate to drink the wine, Xiaoyu knows she can't poison him. As she draws the knife, Yunchang catches her. Yunchang gives her a chance to strike a passerby. Catching Shiza searching for Molly everywhere on the street, Yunchang demands Xiaoyu shoot him. Because when Xiaoyu embarks on the path of revenge, she must be ruthless toward others' lives. Recalling Shiza's kindness, Xiaoyu can't bear to act. Yunchang doesn't hope. Xiaoyu falls into hell with him. But Xiaoyu won't easily give up. Returning home, Yunchang discovers the intruder. Turns out Xiaoyu is drunk. Wearing night clothes to find him, she blames Yunchang for always pushing her away. Extremely afraid Yunchang will abandon her because she's too useless, Yunchang affirms he'd rather abandon himself than abandon Xiaoyu. She hugs Yunchang tightly. Seeing Xiaoyu limping, Yunchang hurriedly carries her to bed. Watching him gently apply medicine for her, Xiaoyu moves closer to Yunchang. He recalls he was originally a child abandoned by his birth mother. She even sold him for a caddy of opium. In the bone-chilling snow, Xiaoyu's small face appeared. Initially, Xiaoyu's mother didn't dare accept him because she couldn't even care for herself. Xiaoyu pulled little him to her secret base. Xiaoyu promised from now on to share half her food with little brother. One day, Xiaoyu and her mother were bullied on the road. Yunchang took a stick to protect Xiaoyu. The brave boy snatched the knife from the robbers to shelter his little sister. From then on, Xiaoyu's mother adopted him as son. Xiaoyu named him Fu Yunchang. Seeing mother seriously ill, Yunchang secretly smuggled to earn money for mother's medicine. Hitting her son's hand, she wanted Yunchang to promise, even if dying, not to touch harmful things. Seeing Yunchang's gaze on Xiaoyu, mother wanted him to promise to always love Xiaoyu as his own sister. Xiaoyu secretly draws a gun pointed straight at Yunchang. She tells him she will use Shiza to enter the Shin family. The siblings inside and out to steal the ledger. If Yunchang disagrees, she will act alone. Yunchang reluctantly agrees on the condition Xiaoyu must not act on her own and fake love with Shiza. Molly acts a breakup play with Shiza at the train station. She blames herself as drifting duckweed, unworthy of the young master's status. Of Shiza. Holding Molly's hand, Shiza promises not to let anyone in the Shin family bully Molly. Returning to the Shin family, Shiza gifts Molly earrings. He gently helps her put on the earrings. Seeing the drawing on Molly's body, she asks Shiza to draw a flower pistol for her. Hearing Molly question his feelings for her, Shiza affirms whatever Molly wants, he can give her. Yunchang is jealous, watching Xiaoyu perform the beauty trap on Shiza. Taking the chance when Xiaoyu goes out, Yunchang secretly pulls her back. Xiaoyu brags that Shinleoi often goes to the ancestral hall alone. Instead of placing it in the house, this ancestral hall is behind the mountain. Seeing Yunchang frowning, Xiaoyu asks if he's jealous. Yunchang reminds her to keep distance with Shiza. Don't let herself sink too deep to extricate. Just then Shin Jiwei enters. She blames Yunchang for saving Molly, without thinking of her feelings. Yunchang explains he saved Molly for his sister-in-law's sake. Xiaoyu hides in the cabinet, watching him affectionate with another woman. Seeing Shinleoi go to the ancestral hall, Yunchang secretly follows. Unexpectedly, he set a trap at the ancestral hall door. Yunchang is hit by an arrow. Xiaoyu timely drives to rescue him from danger. To the abandoned house, Xiaoyu blames Yunchang for acting on his own. Yunchang has investigated the time Shin Wendu goes to the ancestral hall match the Shin family's deal times. He believes the ledger is definitely in the ancestral hall. Hearing voices, Yunchang hurriedly pulls Xiaoyu to hide. She bites him hard to punish his unauthorized action. Returning to the Shin family, Shiza pulls Molly to the place where they first met. Draws a portrait to gift Molly. Shiza thanks her for pulling him out of a meaningless life. Molly, you are my ray of light. I want to go to the ends of the earth with you. You can admire the world's beauties. And I want to use my life to draw you. After marriage, I will take you to the ancestral hall to pay respects to grandfather. The Shin family rule is only on important occasions like marriage. Can one go to the ancestral hall to pay respects? Xiaoyu reluctantly agrees to have the chance to find the ledger. Shiza has booked the restaurant to meet his sister's couple. He announces successfully proposing to Molly. She raises a toast asking the Fu young master to be the MC for her and Shiza. Watching Yunchang drink, Jiwei notices his hand injured. Yunchang brags he was bitten by the kitten at home. Molly advises the Fu young master to raise the cat gently. Don't want to raise another one making it unhappy. Running far away and never returning. Yunchang affirms his kitten won't escape his palm. Seeing Shiza order steak for Molly, Yunchang also agrees to cut meat for Jiwei. The siblings try hard to be affectionate with their partners to provoke each other. Xiaoyu concedes and asks to go to the bathroom. Waiting for her outside the door, Yunchang demands Xiaoyu immediately break up with Shiza. Xiaoyu wants Yunchang to confirm if he's ordering her as a brother or as a man. In front of Yunchang, Xiaoyu accepts the walk invitation and affectionately drapes arms with Shiza. Jiwei comes to the Fu residence to find Yunchang. He uses being busy as excuse, asks Wei Zhan to take her home. Jiwei secretly takes the paper Yunchang just drew of the Shen family. Jiwei adds a finger to the paper. She discovers Yunchang drew Molly's flower. Meanwhile, Xiaoyu walks with Shiza. Seeing the pinwheel, Xiaoyu recalls memories with Yunchang. Waiting for Molly to return, Jiwei invites her for coffee. Jiwei apologizes to Molly for past matters. Seeing Molly hesitate to drink the coffee, Jiwei knows Molly suspects poison in the coffee. Jiwei reveals, the coffee cup contains antidote, the real poison is in the incense burner. Molly tries to resist but has no strength. She gradually falls asleep. Shenleoi drunk returns to the room, then sees the gift his daughter gave him. Xiaoyu wakes up but can't move. Hearing Xiaoyu claim to be Shiza's woman, Shen Wendu believes his son won't dare defy. Father, it's still Yunchang, appearing just when Xiaoyu needs him most, carries Xiaoyu back to the room. Yunchang won't allow her to trade herself for revenge. Xiaoyu wants Yunchang to stay, to help her dispel the nightmare. Yunchang promises to always be by Xiaoyu's side in dreams. Xiaoyu swears not to love anyone else. In exchange, Yunchang can't be moved by anyone but her. Early morning, the butler brings tea to Shenleoi. Unexpectedly catches Jiwei lying on father's bed. Shen Wendu affirms he was drunk. Not stupid enough to ruin his daughter's life. He guesses someone plotted this play. The butler thinks the hidden manipulator set the trap to save Molly. If pushing Molly into danger, he will surely appear. Shiza takes Molly shopping, in the changing room. She is suddenly knocked out. Xiaoyu wakes to find herself locked in the ice cellar. She finds a way out but the door is locked. In the bone-chilling cold, Xiaoyu sees the shadow of the person she loves. Yunchang has fallen into the trap, locked with Xiaoyu in the ice cellar. He hurriedly drapes his coat over Xiaoyu and hugs her tightly. Meanwhile, the butler comes to report the one who saved Molly is Fu Yunchang. But locked in the ice cellar for half a night, now even a fierce tiger like Yunchang must surrender. In the ice cellar, Yunchang hugs Xiaoyu tightly without letting go. Xiaoyu wakes to find him delirious. She hurriedly drapes clothes to warm him. Yunchang dreams of his childhood nightmare. He was locked in the cellar by mother. Xiaoyu opened the door to save him from the dark hell. Seeing Yunchang wake, Xiaoyu hurriedly hugs him tightly. Outside, Shenleoi leads people to ambush Yunchang. Unexpectedly, the one carrying Molly is Shiza. Back to the room, Shiza apologizes for not protecting Molly well. She reveals his father multiple times wanted to humiliate her. Shiza promises to give Molly a satisfactory answer. Turns out Wei Zhan lured Shiza to the ice cellar to save Molly. Goes to question father. Why father harmed the girl he loves most? Shenleoi affirms he won't allow Molly to enter the Shen family. Shiza goes out to announce he will hold the wedding with Molly next month. From now on Molly will be the young madam of the Shen family. Brings soup for Molly. Shiza apologizes for deciding the wedding date on his own. Molly doesn't want Shiza to argue with family for her. Shiza affirms he is willing to do everything for Molly. He says father is handling the robbed shipment in the suburbs, so temporarily not in the residence. Goes to find Wei Zhan. Xiaoyu guesses the Shen family shipment was robbed by Yunchang. Wei Zhan reveals the Fu family wants to lure him out of the residence, so the young lady can rest easy. Meets Yunchang. Xiaoyu tells him Shiza proposed holding the wedding next month. Yunchang disagrees. He demands Xiaoyu immediately cut ties with Shiza. Yunchang will find another way to get the ledger. He believes mother wouldn't want Xiaoyu to trade happiness for revenge. Xiaoyu asks, does he want to see her marry another man or not? Seeing Yunchang hesitates, Xiaoyu invites him to the night market. Tonight I'm just Fu Yunyue. And you're just Fu Yunchang. Revenge matters, let's set aside for now. On every winter solstice, Yunchang always walks the night market with his little sister. The siblings will eat tonghalu together. Amid the brilliant fireworks, Xiaoyu nestles into Yunchang's arms. Overwhelming emotions draw them closer. Fireworks make them startle, missing the important moment. Xiaoyu wishes the world only had her and Yunchang, no need to avoid others' eyes. Freely embracing each other. Xiaoyu invites Yunchang to dance a dance belonging to the two of them. Overwhelming emotions again interrupted by the flower lantern girl. Together release lanterns. Yunchang wishes Xiaoyu always safe and happy. With a wish kept to himself, Yunchang hopes to be with Xiaoyu life after life. Returning home, Xiaoyu redraws the happy moment with Yunchang. Meanwhile, he gazes at the half-eaten tonghalu of Xiaoyu. Just then Jiwei comes to find Yunchang. Turns out she had people follow. Track Yunchang. Jiwei has investigated. Molly is Yunchang's sister named Yunyue. She guesses her father will want to know if they are close siblings or in an improper relationship. Jiwei threatens to plaster photos of the siblings' intimacy all over Long City. What she wants is Yunchang. Xiaoyu gives the painting to him. Meeting just as Jiwei is affectionate with Yunchang. Before going to bed, Yunchang gifts Jiwei a photo of her sleeping in bed with her father. Yunchang says, as long as Xiaoyu is in danger in the Shen family, he will publish the photo in all newspapers. Knowing Molly likes painting, Shiza went to great lengths to buy and gift her foreign paint box. Molly is moved because Shiza waited all evening at the dock just to buy the item she likes. Shiza promises to always give the best to the one he loves. Appoints Shiza to the flower garden. Molly gifts him a painted lantern using the paints he bought. Molly confesses she can't give her heart to Shiza. No matter what purpose Molly approaches him for, Shiza still vows to love her, marry her as wife. Yunchang stunned, watching Xiaoyu in Shiza's arms. Follows Xiaoyu back to the room. Yunchang won't allow her to marry Shiza. Xiaoyu affirms not only will she marry Shiza, but also sleep in the same bed with him. Yunchang drowns sorrows in wine, goes to their rendezvous spot with Xiaoyu. Wei Zhan hurriedly finds Xiaoyu to see the Fu Young master. Yunchang returns home and feels suffocated. Turns out Jiwei put aphrodisiac in the incense burner. Even if she strips naked, Yunchang doesn't bother looking and chases Jiwei out. Just then Xiaoyu worriedly comes to find him, seeing Xiaoyu. Yunchang can't suppress his desire. She sees the nightgown on the floor, thinks he mistakes her for Jiwei, so hurriedly pushes him away, hugging Xiaoyu tightly. Yunchang doesn't want to wake from this dream. He wants her to be his forever. Helping him untie the tie, Xiaoyu is pressed down by Yunchang. Even thinking he sees her as Jiwei, Xiaoyu vows to sink into Yunchang's intoxication. Only then can she have him once. They passionately exchange the sweetest moments. Xiaoyu wakes and leaves immediately, but Yunchang has been awake for a while. Xiaoyu thinks she's Jiwei's substitute. Yunchang goes before Mother's grave to atone for breaking the promise to Mother to always be Xiaoyu's brother. When Shiza takes Molly to choose wedding rings, just liking a diamond ring, Jiwei brazenly snatches it. For Molly, Shiza accepts the high price to take back the ring from his sister's hand. Jiwei reveals her wedding will be on the same day as her brother's. Turns out Yunchang set the marriage date with Jiwei. Hearing him suggest marrying first, Xiaoyu calls Yunchang 2 words. Brother-in-law, she yields the wedding ring to her sister-in-law. To stand out more than the sister's wedding, Shiza takes Xiaoyu to try wedding dress. But the first to see her in the wedding gown is Yunchang. Turns out he also came to try groom attire. Xiaoyu congratulates him on soon becoming another woman's husband. Yunchang asks if Xiaoyu truly blesses him. Hearing her call him brother-in-law, Yunchang also wishes his sister-in-law many children. Xiaoyu asks permission to find her fiancé. Yunchang angrily wants to silence her. Meanwhile, Jiwei sees her brother in the changing room with her. Hurriedly goes to the next room to find Yunchang. However, the next room only has Molly left. Chases Shiza away first. Jiwei knows Yunchang quickly jumped out the window. Jiwei acts superior to discipline Molly, but Molly doesn't yield. Immediately counterattacks to teach the sister-in-law how to be human. Seeing Yunchang, Molly deliberately lets herself be hit. Unexpectedly Yunchang runs to Jiwei's side. Returning home, Xiaoyu sadly looks at the flower by the window. Meanwhile, Yunchang drowns sorrows in wine looking at falling petals. Early morning, Shiza takes Molly to the yard for photos. Yunchang comes to choose jewelry for Jiwei. Accidentally sees Xiaoyu happy with someone else. He plans to leave but is called back by Shiza to take photos. Witnessing Shiza kiss Xiaoyu's cheek, Yunchang deliberately drops the camera. Hearing Shiza blame Yunchang, Molly asks Shiza to get the coat. She tells Yunchang from now on limit meetings. Jiwei from afar sees her order people to kidnap Molly. In the car, Molly hears the 2 kidnappers discuss. They won't let her survive back. Seeing the car door not locked, Molly jumps out. At the Shen family, Shiza hears the driver boast he was just knocked out. Seeing Molly's handkerchief, Shiza hurriedly calls people to find her. Meanwhile, Wei Zhan reports the car carrying Xiaoyu to the bamboo forest because they drove too fast. Yunchang's protectors lost track of Xiaoyu. Meanwhile, Xiaoyu flees deep into the forest. Yunchang searches and discovers the mark she left. Catching Xiaoyu, the kidnapper intends to molest her. Yunchang appears just in time. He hurriedly drapes his coat over Xiaoyu and takes her away. To protect Xiaoyu, Yunchang is shot by them, safely to the mountain crevice. Yunchang can't suppress emotions. He passionately kisses Xiaoyu, heats the knife red hot. Xiaoyu personally removes the bullet from Yunchang's body. She reminds him to hurry back lest his fiancé worry. Yunchang affirms his dealings with Jiwei are just a ploy. He never touched her that night. He knew the person beside him was Xiaoyu. All his words were for Xiaoyu. She asks Yunchang if he likes her too. Yunchang uses a kiss to prove it. Outside, light rain falls, but in the crevice, they entwine without parting. Early morning, Xiaoyu gazes at the face of the most important man in her life. They wish time could stop at this moment. Just leaving the mountain, Shiza comes to pick up Molly. Hearing her foot injured, Shiza immediately carries Molly back to the residence. Yunchang drags the kidnapper before Jiwei. Boldly shoots him dead. Yunchang warns, if Jiwei harms Xiaoyu again, the next to die will be her. Shen Leoi just returns to the residence and hears his daughter missing too. The Shen family hurriedly searches the forest for Molly, pretends to find Jiwei's hairpin. Following the trail, they find Jiwei being buried alive. Hearing Jiwei blame Molly, Shiza says it was Molly who found sister. So don't falsely accuse her. Yunchang comes to find Xiaoyu. He thinks she's too risky, deliberately teaching Jiwei a lesson. Xiaoyu is jealous thinking he feels sorry for his fiancé. Yunchang hurriedly suggests being the model for Xiaoyu to complete the body painting, left unfinished in the cave. Just then Shiza comes to visit Molly. Shiza holds her hand to paint. He promises after marriage to take her to a place full of molly flowers. They will live together until white hair grow old. Molly uses needing to bathe and rest as excuse for Shiza to leave. Seeing Xiaoyu unwilling to use Shiza, Yunchang reminds her to remember he lives off the money, smuggling and treason of Shenwendu. His father is also the murderer who killed mother. Xiaoyu recalls the grudge. Xiaoyu personally crosses out the painting just drawn with Shiza. Yunchang suggests, wanting to continue as model for Xiaoyu's painting. Shiza takes Molly to choose food for the wedding. Unexpectedly Yunchang is also there, watching Shiza feed cake and white mouth for Molly. Yunchang is furious, venting only a bit of irritation on the cake. Molly plans to pull Shiza away, but he holds her to choose the wedding dance song. Yunchang decides, no matter the purpose, he won't let her marry another man. He goes to cancel the wedding with Jiwei even if bearing consequences. He accepts. Seeing Yunchang wanting to take her away, Xiaoyu hurriedly stops him. He says he's regretted, as long as Xiaoyu is by his side. Xiaoyu thinks the siblings have tried until now. Wait a bit longer. Getting the ledger will end years of pain. At the family gathering, TV plans to release intimate photos of the Yunchang siblings. Unexpectedly, Yunchang secretly swapped them with his and TV's photos. He promises to prepare a grand wedding for her. Yunchang asks uncle to allow advancing his wedding date, knowing he wants to execute the plan alone, but Lee also suggests advancing to double the Shen family's joy. Meet Xiaoyu privately. Yunchang asks if this is the ending she wants. If sacrificing one to get the ledger, it must be him. Xiaoyu thinks siblings coordinating will easily find evidence. Moreover, sudden changes only complicate the plan. But Yunchang can't watch her consummate with another. Seeing Shiza, Yunchang hurriedly hides behind the door. He sees Shiza about to kiss Xiaoyu. Luckily she dodges in time. Shiza apologizes for being too eager before the wedding. Jiwei waits for Yunchang in the office. She questions why he turns face faster than flipping a book. Even without knowing his purpose, Jiwei still vows to marry Yunchang. Finally the wedding day arrives. Yunchang enters Xiaoyu's room. He recalls in childhood playing house. He always veiled the bride for Xiaoyu. Just then Jiwei enters. She warns Xiaoyu to behave as Yunchang's sister-in-law, or Xiaoyu won't have peace in the Shen family. Shiza comes to pick up Xiaoyu. The two couples enter the hall together. During the vows, Yunchang and Xiaoyu's gaze is only toward each other, not letting Xiaoyu vow to another. Yunchang decides to snatch the bride. Seeing Shen Wendu blocking, Yunchang immediately draws gun to dispatch all in the wedding. Xiaoyu fearfully calls Shiza to wake. Yunchang with gun in hand approaches her. He affirms, anyone who touches his woman must die. From now on he won't care about worldly gossip. He only knows fate destined him to be with Xiaoyu. Life after life, forever never to part. Not wanting him to stray further, Xiaoyu draws gun to threaten Yunchang. Turns out, it was all Xiaoyu's fear. The child agrees. Both Xiaoyu and Yunchang pair with others. Shen Wendu announces the family genealogy in the ancestral hall. The Shen family prepares to engrave 2 new members. On the wedding night, Jiwei happily welcomes husband to the room. They drink the cross-cup wine together. Yunchang carries Jiwei to bed. Turns out the cross-cup wine has sleeping drug. Meanwhile, Shiza drunk enters the wedding room. Molly gives the raw wine to Shiza to drink. As soon as he finishes, Shiza passes out. Xiaoyu quietly goes to meet Yunchang before mother's grave. They silently pray the plan tomorrow goes smoothly. To the ancestral hall to worship ancestors. Unexpectedly outside a fire breaks out and runs to safety. Watching Yunchang pulled away by Jiwei, Xiaoyu hurriedly runs into the worship room. While searching the ledger, Xiaoyu discovers a secret drawer. Unexpectedly it's a photo of her mother and Shen Wendu. Just then Shen Wendu catches her red-handed. Xiaoyu asks what relation he has with the woman in the photo. Shen Wendu says she is his wife, and the one he loved most. Xiaoyu doesn't believe because she is her mother. Shen Wendu recognizes Xiaoyu is his long-lost daughter. To prove, he brings out the love token with Xiaoyu's mother. Shen Wendu tells he and Xiaoyu's mother loved at first sight. They secretly married despite family opposition. Xiaoyu's mother became pregnant just as Shen Wendu had to go abroad for business. But abroad, his business hit difficulties. From then Shen Wendu lost contact with his wife. After returning, he immediately searched for Xiaoyu's mother and child, but she was poisoned by others and couldn't be saved. From extreme pain, Xiaoyu's mother drew his gun to end her own life. Xiaoyu is confused and can't trust Shen Wendu yet. Goes to meet Yunchang. Xiaoyu tells him Shen Wendu claims to be her biological father. He also said mother was poisoned by others then suicide. Yunchang thinks Shen Wendu's words may not be true. Without finding the ledger, he wants to take Xiaoyu away from the Shen family. But Xiaoyu wants to stay to clarify the truth. Xiaoyu just goes out then returns for the sachet. Just sees Yunchang holding a poison vial. A few days later, Shen Wendu invites everyone to the Shen family. He announces finding his long-lost daughter, named Shen Yunyue. Shiza is stunned, not understanding what's happening before his eyes. Yunchang secretly meets Xiaoyu. He worries she'll be in danger doing this. Xiaoyu thinks being Shen Wendu's daughter will make investigation easier. She secretly wonders if Yunchang is the one who killed her mother. Seeing Jiwei unwilling to accept her sister, Shen Wendu tells his daughter not to act rashly. Jiwei wants to quickly go worship the ancestral hall again. To sign the marriage certificate with Yunchang. Shen Wendu promises to consider, on condition Jiwei must stay obediently at home. Goes to explain to Shiza. Xiaoyu can only apologize, because she didn't expect things to turn out like this. Shiza doesn't believe Xiaoyu is his sister. He thinks she's using it as excuse to reject him. He says he early guessed Xiaoyu's feelings for Yunchang, so secretly followed, then used Jiwei to threaten Yunchang. Xiaoyu is furious that Shiza is the one pulling strings behind. She declares from now on she'll only be Shiza's sister. Xiaoyu sits eating with Yunchang in the corridor. She asks him about the poison, causing extreme pain, to the point of wanting suicide. Yunchang comforts Xiaoyu. He promises to find the murderer who killed mother. Yunchang carries Xiaoyu to bed. Wei Zhan wonders if the eldest young lady knows something. Yunchang tells Wei Zhan to immediately destroy the poison vial. Don't let everything go down the drain. Xiaoyu secretly follows Wei Zhan and picks up the vial shell from the trash to ask the doctor. Xiaoyu just learns it's anti-inflammatory medicine, smuggled in many years ago. At that time, many after using the medicine had nerve stimulation, to the point of harming others. Overdose can also be fatal. Kneeling before mother's grave, Xiaoyu laments, because this life is full of lies. She doesn't know if Shenwendu's words are true or false, and if Yunchang deceived her all these years. Though truth and falsehood not yet clear, Xiaoyu still decides to revenge those who exploited her and mother. Yunchang holds an umbrella before Xiaoyu. He gently hugs her into his arms. Seeing Xiaoyu melancholic, Yunchang tells her to leave the Shen family and return to Qi Yan Gang. But Xiaoyu wants to stay to personally catch the enemy. Yunchang affirms he will make him pay. Then officially be with Xiaoyu. Shen Wendu moves Xiaoyu's things to a larger room. Xiaoyu decides to tell father about her and Yunchang's story over the years. Back to Qi Yan Gang, Xiaoyu gives Yunchang a surprise joy. In the romantic scene, Yunchang invites her to dance. Xiaoyu wants Yunchang to give her 2 days. They will use 48 full hours to be together. He stands on the mountaintop gazing at Long City. Xiaoyu wishes time stops at this moment. She leans on Yunchang's shoulder to rest. He silently wishes no Shenwendu, no revenge. He doesn't need glory or power. Just wants to simply love you like ordinary people. He promises to handle everything to make the wish reality. On the way back, Yunchang goes to buy breakfast for Xiaoyu. Seeing her disappear, Yunchang alone goes to the meeting point left by the kidnappers. Shenwendu points gun at Xiaoyu to threaten Yunchang. He knows Yunchang robbed the Shen family shipment. Moreover, the Yunchang siblings colluded to deceive all Shen family members. Yunchang wants to save Xiaoyu, then hand over the Qi Yan Gang's token. Yunchang throws the token to Shenwendu, then hurriedly unties Xiaoyu. Unexpectedly she knocks him out from behind. Waiting for Yunchang to wake, Xiaoyu questions him as the murderer who killed her mother. Yunchang reminds Xiaoyu he is an orphan child. To rise up, he could only smuggle. Because Xiaoyu's mother discovered the smuggled medicine, planned to call police to arrest Yunchang, so he had to strike first. Coincidentally, Shenwendu appeared just in time to help him eradicate the roots. But Xiaoyu reports, Shenwendu has taken all Qi Yan Gang's territory, while Yunchang is here. Now all Qi Yan Gang's water transport trade is in the Shen family's hands. Xiaoyu hates Yunchang for toying with her all these years. She hates herself for foolishly following the enemy's arrangements. Yunchang mocks Xiaoyu for not remembering him. Then she made love with her own brother. Shenwendu watches everything clearly from afar, brings nourishing soup for Xiaoyu. Shenwendu thanks his daughter for helping father take over Qi Yan Gang's trades. But he still worries. Qi Yan Gang's people loyal to Yunchang fear they will counterattack. Xiaoyu reassures father she knows Qi Yan Gang well, so overthrowing them isn't hard. To be sure, Xiaoyu plans to immediately finish off Fu Yunchang. Just as she speaks, the butler reports Yunchang escaped. Turns out Wei Zhan brought troops to rescue from prison. Xiaoyu returns to room unexpectedly meets Yunchang. Wei Zhan points gun to threaten taking her back to Qi Yan Gang. Yunchang wants Xiaoyu to pay for betraying him. Holds knife carving words on Xiaoyu's shoulder, causing her much pain. Meanwhile, Shenwendu hears Xiaoyu was taken by Yunchang. The butler offers a plan. Shenwendu uses leaving the city as excuse to secretly observe their plan. Then add a little scheme. We'll make Xiaoyu blindly believe and tear Yunchang apart. At that time, only then can Shenleoi truly trust this daughter. Hearing that, Zhan blames Xiaoyu. Yunchang guesses she's just acting before Shenwendu. Xiaoyu uses Yunchang as sacrifice to show loyalty to Shenwendu. Thus she will get what she wants. Seeing Shenwendu hasn't come to save Xiaoyu, thinking he doesn't trust her yet. Just then Yunchang comes to give medicine to Xiaoyu. He finds it ridiculous her helpless state. Taking advantage when Yunchang not paying attention, Xiaoyu snatches the gun, points it straight at him. Yunchang admits he is the murderer who killed Xiaoyu's mother. Before dying, she instructed him to take care of Xiaoyu, afraid Yunchang would kill her. To him, Xiaoyu is just a toy for him to play with. Xiaoyu is furious, plans to pull the trigger. Wei Zhan timely stops, knowing the Fu young master Yunchang deliberately let Xiaoyu misunderstand and insulted her to force Xiaoyu to act against him. Only then will Shenwendu fully trust her. Xiaoyu breathes a sigh of relief. She reveals she never believed Shenwendu's words. In the secret room that night, she found the ledger, recording the Shen family smuggling under the identity of Shenwendu's daughter. Xiaoyu investigated. He has a big business deal in 3 days. That's a good chance to overthrow him. Yunchang thinks Shenwendu is deeply scheming. To make him trust Xiaoyu, must act against him. Yunchang vows to sacrifice to avenge mother. Hearing Shenwendu lead people to surround Qi Yan Gang, Yunchang forces Xiaoyu to act against him. He points gun at Xiaoyu to threaten Shenwendu. He pushes Xiaoyu away to escape. But finally Yunchang is still captured. Shenwendu wants his daughter to personally send Yunchang to the afterlife. Xiaoyu coldly shoots straight into the heart of the man she loves most. Before Yunchang's eyes. Shenwendu orders people to bury the Fu young master. Back to Shen family, Jiwei demands Xiaoyu return Yunchang to her. Xiaoyu heartbroken faints. Shenwendu sits watching over his daughter, waiting for Xiaoyu to wake. He thanks her for sending Yunchang off for him. Xiaoyu thinks it's what she should do. Now she wants to learn more about business. To consolidate her position in the Shen family, Shenwendu agrees to take Xiaoyu to deliver an important shipment. Shenwendu's longtime client is the Japanese named Kudo. The crafty fish escaped the net. Xiaoyu draws gun pointed straight at Shenleoi. Appears before Shenwendu's astonishment. At that time Yunchang wore a bulletproof vest and paint bag in front of chest to fake blood. About the truth that year, Yoon Chang stole Shen Wendu's anti-inflammatory medicine home for mother. Shen Wendu recognized his old lover and knocked out Yun Chang, hating her for abandoning him. He injected medicine into Xiaoyu's mother because she resisted. Shen Wendu then shot Xiaoyu's mother dead. Shen Wendu used the butler as scapegoat, but Xiaoyu early caught him. Shen Wendu reminds his daughter not to strike her biological father. Xiaoyu investigated Shen Wendu raped her mother, causing her mother to bear the stigma of unmarried pregnancy. Hearing Shen Wendu insult Xiaoyu as beast, Yun Chang fires for her to send him off. However, Yun Chang was shot before that. The doctor instructs Yun Chang needs a month bed rest. Xiaoyu takes blame for causing Qi Yan gang heavy losses. Per gang rules, she asks Wei Zhan to tie her on the atonement pillar to repent, as example for subordinates. After 3 days, Yun Chang finally wakes. Wei Zhan reports still haven't caught the Japanese kudo, and Xiaoyu went to Shen family to reclaim territory for Qi Yan gang. She'll return in 2 days. The next day, Qi Yan gang people report have taken back all trades from Shen family. He blurts out, the eldest young lady tied on the repentance platform for days, fears she can't endure. Yun Chang hurriedly goes to untie Xiaoyu. She begs him to let her complete the remaining half-day punishment. Yun Chang tells Wei Zhan to take Xiaoyu down, and he will bear the remaining punishment. By the way, Yun Chang announces Yunhua from now on will be the wife, leader of Qi Yan gang. Yun Chang endures beating to quickly end the punishment. Meanwhile, Shiza drowns sorrows in wine. The Japanese kudo sneaks to meet Shiza. He wants to cooperate with Shiza to retake the shipment robbed by Yun Chang. Xiaoyu and Yun Chang go worship mother. They ask mother to allow the 2 children to be together. Yun Chang apologizes to mother for not keeping the promise to always be Xiaoyu's brother. But he promises as long as he has one breath left, he will protect Xiaoyu completely. Snow suddenly falls. Xiaoyu sees it as mother's gift. Perhaps in heaven mother is silently blessing them. Gazing at Xiaoyu, Yun Chang vows to be with her until white hair. Meanwhile, Ji Wei is bullied by men on the street. Yun Chang's car passes making them scared and flee. The one asking Yun Chang to stop the car to threaten them is Xiaoyu. Yun Chang says the Shen family's weapon shipment has returned to Qi Yan gang. He will hand it to the guerrillas. Returning home, Xiaoyu appoints Yun Chang to see the art exhibition, soon to be held in Long City. Yun Chang immediately agrees on condition. Xiaoyu bears a child for him. If she doesn't like children, still must be with him life after life. Early morning, Xiaoyu receives a strange letter. Turns out Shiza is about to leave Long City, so appoints her to the dock. Meets Xiaoyu. Shiza thanks her for still coming to see him off. Then he suddenly draws gun to threaten Xiaoyu. Meanwhile, Yun Chang searches Kudo's house, but doesn't find him. Hearing Xiaoyu missing, he panics to search. Wei Zhan found the car Shiza used to carry Xiaoyu. However, Shiza hired a driver to lure Fu Yun Chang. Meanwhile, Kudo leads people to Qi Yan gang to retake the weapons. Turns out Shiza used the ploy to lure Tiger from mountain for Kudo to seize Qi Yan gang. Seeing Xiaoyu's bracelet on the way back to gang, Yun Chang knows he fell for Shiza's scheme. Yunyi regrets for thinking of the last bit of brotherhood with Shiza. Unexpectedly, he colluded with Japan, betraying country for glory. Shiza furiously rapes Xiaoyu. Just then Kudo knocks Shiza because Fu Yun Chang arrived. Uses Xiaoyu to threaten Shiza, demands Yun Chang hand over the weapons. Yun Chang tells Wei Zhan to bring the goods immediately. But not enough, Shiza wants Yun Chang to show sincerity. Yun Chang unhesitatingly smashes a wine bottle on his head. Kudo, not satisfied, orders subordinates to beat Yun Chang. Seeing the flare, Yun Chang reminds Kudo to hurry take the weapons. Facing Yun Chang, Shiza wants him to pay for what he did. Unexpectedly, Ji Wei in wedding dress runs to take bullet for Yun Chang. Shiza asks his sister, why take bullet for the one who harmed our family? Ji Wei confesses from the first time Yun Chang saved her. Ji Wei vowed this life only marry him. Only this way he would notice and not forget her existence. Thinking of Yun Chang's image in her life, Ji Wei closes eyes and passes. Shiza furiously shoots Yun Chang but out of bullets. He strapped bombs around himself to fight Yun Chang to the death. At the Qi Yan gang warehouse ambush set, herded the Japanese army into the sealed house, eliminated all soldiers. Wei Zhan personally finishes the Japanese kudo, pulls Xiaoyu to run to the warehouse. Yun Chang tells Wei Zhan to escape together. Shiza madly goes to the warehouse. He angrily blames Yunyu for colluding with Yun Chang to harm him. Family destroyed, home broken. Knowing Shiza hates her, Xiaoyu decides to go out to attract his attention. Seeing Yunyu's shadow, Shiza detonates the bomb. Yun Chang seeing rushes to hug Shiza tightly. He orders Wei Zhan to take Xiaoyu and run. Xiaoyu painfully screams Yun Chang's name. A while later, Xiaoyu assumes deputy leader position of Qi Yan gang. Her goal is to catch all weapon smugglers in Long City. Hearing Wei Zhan report tonight is winter solstice, Xiaoyu asks if there's news of Yun Chang yet. Wei Zhan thinks the Fu young master has been missing long. Better for Xiaoyu not to wait anymore. Xiaoyu affirms until not finding his body, she will still wait for Yun Chang's return. Walks in the snow. Xiaoyu recalls the happy moments with Yun Chang. Xiaoyu silently blames Yun Chang not hurrying back, or she won't wait anymore. Kicks a snowball. Xiaoyu unexpectedly sees a familiar figure. The face she longed for suddenly appears under the snow sky. Xiaoyu hugs Yun Chang tightly. They have gone through separation, gratitude, excitement, anger, suffering, finally together forever.